How far would y'all walk for a cause?
I do
It
10
depends
miles.
because again,
It's a walk, not a run.
it depends where.
You just walking 10 miles. 10 miles? That just seems kind of short. We can do that in a couple hours.
Exactly. I got questions. Like, if I'm just walking around a track where I know it's enclosed, nothing, and nobody's gonna get me, cool. We do that all day long. But if it's like I got to go through the trenches and I could be attacked, or I'm walking in rain or snow, I don't know.
Here it is. You walking across Texas. Across Texas, like from one end.
It'd be sundown town, so you got to be real specific where we're walking.
No,
I ain't trying to.
This is fine. You have a guard. There will be a car following you or something.
Okay.
And you're walking across Texas.
Somebody with a gun
to raise awareness for diabetes or something. Like what cause? I guess my question is, what cause would prompt you to do that walking? Is there even a cause that would prompt you to do the walking?
Are you asking both of us? I would say probably domestic violence, homelessness,
sexual abuse, Astigmatism unite. If there's anything like that.
Unite. All you blind motherfuckers walking together. Hilarious. The blind leading the blind.
Leading the blind.
The blind leading the blind.
Leading the blind.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. I walk for that. I've been blind since I was 8. I will walk for that, child.
CULTURE 101. CULTURE. Welcome back, welcome back, and welcome to yet another episode of Culture 101 Podcast, where we move the culture forward and have a damn good time doing it. I am 1/3 of the collective, 1/3 of your host. I am Trist. I am posted up in Harlem, USA, and we're just going to immediately throw it down to Texas because Texas got something to say. What's poppin', Les? What's going on in Texas?
Hey, y'all. I really don't have too much to say. We're getting into the Christmas spirit. We just decided that the Munchkins.
Is that why you look like a Christmas tree right now?
I guess so. I got on my Support Black Colleges hoodie, so shout out to them. Howard's very own as well created this.
Hey.
But we decided that the Munchkins are gonna come in a few days, so we've been getting like the house ready and prepared for them. I still have to put up the Christmas tree, which if they weren't coming, I wasn't gonna put it up this year. I was just cool with it being what it is, but you know, we got to get in the Christmas spirit. So yeah, I've just been cleaning and getting the house ready for that. And I did on Saturday watch the Howard versus FAMU in the Celebration Bowl in Atlanta. And y'all know I don't watch the sports like that for this very reason.
We know.
They had me screaming. They had my blood pressure up, especially towards the end, because at halftime, Howard was leading. It was all good. And then they let FAMU come back and score and keep scoring. And I'm like, come on, Howard, y'all. Please don't do this. But unfortunately, they did lose. It was 26-30. But congrats to FAMU.
Can I ask a question?
Howard.
Can I just ask a question? I'm sorry. Just like you have a trouble watching the sports because they're too exciting. But you can't look at a movie for a minute if like a murder doesn't happen. What the fuck are we talking about right now?
That's very valid.
Like what? What? It just seemed like you should watch sports more often. Oh my God.
No, because when you are invested in a team and like it's not going your way, like I was screaming to where like my mom came out from the back room like, what is going on? I'm just like, yo, they just had this play and then like, this is why they do it. No,
the football team sucks. We know. For years they've sucked.
But no, they've actually done pretty well. Their record was 6-5. And
6-5 means they go to a bowl. It just means you go to a bowl. But
I know. FAMU was 11-1, so they definitely deserved it. I ain't gonna hold you. They did. They had a good season. But I was entertained. It was cool. It was good. So I got my quota in for the year. I've seen enough sports for the year.
Wonderful. So. Absolutely wonderful. Sean, what's going on in Maryland, ma'am? How are you? What's happening in Maryland?
I am well. So y'all know that Latifah's birthday is actually tomorrow. So she doesn't know yet.
Happy early birthday.
Happy birthday. I didn't realize she was a Sagittarius. Shout out to the Sagittarius. Yes. That's probably why I like her. That makes sense.
So she doesn't know, but I'm taking her to Puerto Rico this week. I've planned everything.
So wait.
How does she not know that?
Where does she think she's going? Because she knows she's going on a trip, right?
Yeah. So first I told her I was taking her somewhere for 2 days. Okay. And she was like, oh, okay, cool. Okay. Like she was like happy, but not really like too excited. So then I told her that we were going somewhere, and no, actually, I told her we had a different activity planned for every day this week. So don't make any plans because we'll be busy during the day. And that's what I told her originally. Then I
Okay.
told her we were going somewhere. Then I just told her now that we would be gone for 5 days yesterday. And she was like, oh my God. Like she was so excited. And then she asked me for some hints of where we're going.
Okay.
And I said,
And what to pack, right?
I'm gonna pack. No. So that she doesn't know that we're going somewhere
Oh,
warm until we get there, until we get to the
you a
airport.
good one. Okay.
Yeah.
Fellas,
So
ladies, take notes. This is how you do it.
I
That's real.
but I always usually pack most of her stuff anyway when we go somewhere because I'm just a little more organized. So
That's what
that's
I'm
not
saying. You gotta have done that already. Like I just felt like you trying to take your lady somewhere the first time, and you're like, shit, damn, what bra do I need to bring? Oh
yeah,
Lord.
it's
Like
not
I
the
just
first
felt like
time
that
that I
might
pack.
not be. Yeah,
Mhm.
see, that's what I'm saying. She's new to she's true to this, not new to it. So
So she thinks that
Mhm.
we're going somewhere where we can drive. And she asked me where, like, how far away is it? And I said it'll take us 4 hours to get there. And then she was like, "Well, is it north? Is it south?"
On a
And I was like, "It's
fly.
south." And she was like,
it's
"Oh, okay.
south.
Are
It
we
is south. It
driving?"
will take 4
She
hours.
probably think y'all going to like North Carolina or
Right,
something.
right.
And
So
she
we're
was
going to
like,
Charlotte
"It's
for the
south?" I was
weekend.
like, "Yeah."
Right.
She was like, "Are we driving there?" And I said, "Yeah, at some point. We're driving to the airport."
I mean, and you don't need your passport, which is actually great because that would give it
Yeah.
away. So that's
Yeah.
actually pretty ingenious, actually.
Yeah. So
Oh, look at
we're
you,
gonna leave the cars
Sean.
tomorrow.
That's cute. Good
I'm
Very
super
nice.
job.
excited.
Very nice, man.
Nice. So I am
We
the
can't
Very
wait to see the
excited for
picture.
you. Hear all the stories.
Yeah.
But Tris, what you been up to this
She's going to
weekend?
enjoy that.
I didn't do too much. I mean, we were dogged up for a little while. One of our regulars, Gigi, came by. It's a boy dog. His name
Oh,
is
Gianni.
no. That would be too simple. Gallagher. His name was Gallagher.
Gallagher, like
But
Frank
she
Gallagher. Shout out
right,
to
but she calls
Shameless.
him Gigi. But you know what's really funny about Gigi? Okay, so Taylor forever calls him a girl. She's like, "Where is she?" I'm like, "It's a boy. That's a boy dog. That is a boy dog."
I
But
mean,
what's
Gigi is a
no,
nickname for
no,
a girl.
no, no. Okay, that would be correct if her cousin wasn't named Gigi, who is a man who she used to live with. How do you?
Taylor.
Close
Yes,
cousin.
Taylor.
That is
Look, Taylor's
funny.
cousin, very close
That
cousin,
is funny.
used to live with that man and his wife, and his name is Gigi. I thought it because it's Gigi and Lori. I thought that Lori was the man and Gigi was the lady. I didn't until I met them and was like, oh, okay, right. So I just find that funny every time. I'm like,
That
isn't your
is
cousin
funny.
named Gigi? But whatever. But then no, we went to Lightscape in Brooklyn at the Botanical Gardens. So we were gonna go up to the Bronx, but the Bronx was insistent that you go and watch this fucking train show. They were like, so if you want to see the lights here on the grounds in the Bronx, you got to look at this train show. But I don't want to see the train. Well, that's just not how it works, sir. I was like, okay, that's fine, whatever. So then I was like, we'll go to Brooklyn. And I had never been to the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens, and it was nice. Like the Lightscape was really nice. You'd go through, everything was soundtracked, and it was really, really dope. I was happy that we went. Until I had to go to the bathroom and there was no bathroom and I had to sneak in the bushes somewhere. I felt like some type of
Not sneaking in the bushes.
like some type of fiend. Because I was like, and
You
then I'm over
probably
here
look
like,
like what?
and I'm over here like,
kids
anybody
now.
see
Oh
me?
my
She's like,
God, Tristan.
right. And I was like, I had never been so nervous having to piss in public. I was over here
Oh
like,
my goodness.
but it was
cannot.
fine. No one saw me. I did not get arrested, nor did I get a ticket. And we had a lovely evening. And then we got some garlic knots and came on home. So that was fantastic. But
That
you know
sounds
what's
like-
also fantastic? You know it's also fulfilling? This information that the streets need. And there's only one lady that can give that information. And it is time for the Bulletin Board. Let's take it away.
All right. So I have a Fade in the Water update.
Lord.
Y'all remember that was the Montgomery, Alabama Boat Brawl that went viral early August. So we know that, some of the white people were arrested. They were looking for what they call the chairman, the black man that swung the chair, and he did turn himself in. So the update for that is Reggie Ray, the infamous chairman. He pled guilty to a misdemeanor of disorderly conduct charge last Monday. The guilty plea did resolve itself. Essentially, he will not have to serve jail time. he will have to perform community service, and
Good.
he was given a suspended sentence. So
Good. I like
that's
that.
good.
Okay,
Yeah,
that seems
Very,
fair.
very good. Very good.
That seems fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because he was fucking them people up with
Exactly.
that chair, though.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
It's like you get the sentiment, but at the same time, I was like, okay, you may have taken it too far.
It's like I used it
Like,
went.
calm down. But once
It
you
went
get
a
that
little far.
adrenaline,
you may have.
it's hard to like calm
Yeah.
down. It's hard to
Yeah,
calm down.
yeah.
Like when I'm like pushed
I
to
get
the
it,
edge,
bro.
like, I can't. I be shaking and I just
Mhm.
can't.
Yeah.
Like, so I get it, but good. Serve the community, work at that soup kitchen, pick up that trash, do whatever you got to do, crossing guard, whatever it is. Like, we need you out here in another capacity. Put the chair down, brother. Put the chair down.
And I do have 2 more updates on 2 of the other white people who were arrested, Alan Todd and Zachary Shipman. They also pleaded guilty to harassment charges last Friday. They each had a 60-day jail sentence suspended pending their cooperation in performing their remaining duties, which include completing 12 months of probation and 100 hours of community service.
Absolutely.
And they'll also have to enroll and complete anger management training classes. So
Were they the ones that started it?
Because you fought.
Or they was just in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They the 2 that started
they
it?
started
They
that
should have got 3 months. Nah, that's cool. That's cool.
Well, because like I got to think about it like this. Okay, this is how I think about it. Like if that had been a police officer that you fought, you'd be in jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just got you got lucky that it was the harbor master that you fought and it wasn't a police officer. So, but he was on at his job. So I almost feel you, Sean. Like I felt like maybe it should have been 3 to 6 months. But it's all's well that ends well.
As long as they got more than the black man, I'm good.
Correct.
You know what I'm
Correct.
saying?
Yeah.
Had it been less, then I'd be like, all right, do we need to start another riot? Like, what's going on here? So
I would have showed up tomorrow. I'd have been like, Sean, I need you to cancel your plans. We're going down there with chairs. We're gonna show up.
It's so funny. One of the other podcasts I listened to, shout out to the Friend Zone. Dustin on there was saying how come next August 5th, he wants to like go down there, like celebrate and make it like an annual celebration.
I would love where like piles and piles of black people just showed up on August 5th. That's so funny.
That would be so fun.
I don't
That's
know.
the new Juneteenth.
That's my sister's birthday though, so I just feel like if that's what she wants to do, we'll go down there. I would need her. I would need her to be like, Tristan, I want to go down and support with the chairs. I'd be like, all right, we will go. But that'll be the only way.
Let us know. We'll meet you down there. How about that? We could record from there. Live on the scene. Like what?
Oh fuck yeah. I would absolutely be down there live on the scene. If Cindy wants to join the show that day, that's fine. It is her birthday. That's fine.
I would love that.
Join up.
If Reggie Ray want to come on the show, what's his name? Reggie Ray?
Okay.
Oh my god. Yo, do we know his socials? Can
We're
we
here with Chairman.
I'm sure we could find it.
That
would be so funny. I'm not mad at that. And Aquaman, we need to find him, have him on the show.
The swimmer. Aquaman.
That is so funny. All right, so moving on to my next story. I titled this Diversity, Millions, and Inclusion. So I titled it that because, and I was so disappointed when I found this out, a former global diversity strategist at Facebook pled guilty to wire fraud after stealing more than $4 million from the social media giant to fund a lavish lifestyle in California and Georgia.
He didn't even do anything cool with it. I'm upset. I thought he was going to start some small nation somewhere. Only $4 million.
It's not a he. It is, in fact, a black woman who did this.
Well, get your coins, sis. Get your coins, sis. Get your coins, sis. Get your coins. I get it. I get it. Did y'all ever see that movie Office? Did y'all ever see that movie Office Space? I don't even know why I asked that question. I know the answer is no.
You know he did.
Anyway, in the movie, one of the gambits was they were working at the software company and they were going to steal money from them, but they stole the money because like you know how like when you like have a bunch of money at some point, like you're talking about like tens, thousands of a penny. You know what I mean? So they were stealing like hundreds or thousands of a penny. They ended up stealing too much. Ended up stealing like I don't know, like $500,000. So is that kind of how she did it? Because now you got me thinking, is this Office Space? Is that what this is?
So I will tell you something like it, right? So her name is Barbara Furlow-Smiles. She's 38, and she led various Facebook diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. from 2017 through mid-2021. She stole the money through an elaborate scheme involving fraudulent vendors, fictitious charges, and cash kickbacks. So prosecutors said that she caused the Meta subsidiary to pay people for goods and services that were never actually provided to the company, and then had those individuals pay her a kickback as well. So she was like double dipping.
Yeah, that's how you get caught. Super smart though. Super smart.
So these individuals included friends, relatives, former interns from a prior job, nannies and babysitters, a hairstylist, and other university tutors. So in some instances, she had Facebook pay people who did not give her kickbacks, in one case directing $10,000 to an artist for a specialty portrait and more than $18,000 to a preschool for tuition. As part of her scheme, she linked PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App accounts to her Facebook credit cards and used those accounts to pay friends, relatives, and other associates for goods and services. She lives in Atlanta, so scammers live there, right?
And the scammers.
And right now she's out on $5,000 bond and will be sentenced March 19th of next year.
Only $5,000 for the bond? That was it?
I heard they only $5,000.
Well, this Facebook got billions, so I mean, whatever. 4 million of them is just like whatever, I guess.
I wonder how much time they'll give her though for that. I feel like they're gonna make an example of her because she's a Black woman doing this, and it's Meta. I feel like.
How long was she doing it?
But you, yeah.
So from 2017 to mid 2021, that's how long she worked there.
4 years. Okay.
So we don't know if she immediately started.
So
basically
4 million, but
an average of $1 million a year. That's
But what if she started year 2? She probably ain't started when she got there. I don't know. She in Atlanta.
But it don't matter. The year she started is how much.
I just wanted to know that from my personal information. Like, how long was she doing that to get 4 million?
It was probably years 2 to 4. She probably had to get to lay the land, try to figure out the scheme first to see what they would notice, what they wouldn't. Yeah, no. You got to get grounded in it first, learn who's who, what's what. So no, it took some time. Yeah.
I mean, as much as Facebook undercuts people and stuff, I feel like this, like, you're the people's champ. But at the same time, damn, girl, damn. Like, she's the people's champ for sure, but damn.
It's funny you say that because when we had that story, I don't remember which one where they were suing the company, the Taco Bell one, where the girl was suing Taco Bell for that incident.
That's different. That's different.
You was mad that she was trying to sue a corporation, but now you saying it's cool to steal from a corporation.
I didn't say it was cool. They're gonna get her.
Get your money.
Yeah, but I understand. But like, this is my thing. That was a cunning move you did. That shit was cunning. I appreciate the fact that you did something elaborate and cunning, because I always have maintained the difference between getting like stealing and like just like copying something. Because like like what Picasso said, bad artists copy, good artists steal. Everybody takes something from someplace, but it's you not knowing where it came from and then me kind of making it my own. She kind of did that with that money. You know where it came from. She made it
saying it's better to steal money from a corporation than to get it legally through suing them for an incident that happened.
Yes, I am.
Got it. Okay. As long as I understand where you're coming from.
All I'm saying is that I am more impressed with the cunning it took for you to do that. You suing them because because somebody else busted out your window. Like, what? Hold up. What?
Yeah.
What?
You appreciate
as
the work
she's
that
getting
she
her money
the
legal way, though.
Not doing anything,
right?
Getting the money. Yeah.
And
like, you worked hard to steal that money. You have to be kind of smart to steal that money.
That was guile. That was game. That was cunning. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate that level of intellect. Like, I like that. And don't get me wrong. Politicians have done this shit for years, and they actually do it legally. Like, Bob Corker used to actually do a very similar thing and get kickbacks on the programs that he would set up, and they would pay him. And he did that legally for years, which is the reason that I'm not as upset about what she was doing. Because Facebook, like, are the reason that you don't have net neutrality and things of that nature, because they muscle out people all the time. That's why I feel like she's kind of the people's champ with this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of other layers here that Facebook has done over years, like, to pretty much steal money from people. Fuck, Mark Zuckerberg cut his whole homies out. Like, all of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just different. Like, I just feel like she's kind of Robin Hood right now. Like, and then I need to know where else the money went to.
But
where else did the money go?
It was to fund her lifestyle, though. It's not necessarily she was giving back to others.
But I don't know what that lifestyle meant.
Preschool. She gave money to friends and family.
Right.
She was giving
right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And what does lavish mean? Lavish in Atlanta is different than lavish in LA. Like, you know what I mean? Like 50 grand in Atlanta go a lot different than 50 grand in LA or Abu Dhabi or Dubai or something. Now, if she had a condo in Dubai or something, I'd have been like, all right, sis, you did too much. But she was at home trying to make it better for people around her. I gotta say, man, it sounded to me like you Robin Hood.
Man, y'all moral compass is off.
Sean, I'm glad you feel me. I'm glad you understand what I'm saying.
I actually usually don't, but I'm here for this one.
I'll let y'all have this moment. I'll let y'all have this one. This is cute.
I appreciate that.
Okay, I'm going after you're right. All right. All right. So last story, I'm going to give Tristan nice things. We're going to talk about a sports topic.
I already know.
I want to get your opinion on this. I can't wait. Okay. So I named this one Mean Green suspended indefinitely.
Of course you did. Hilarious.
You know. So, Sean, I don't know if you heard, but Golden State Warriors star Draymond Green will be away from the court indefinitely after the four-time All-Star wildly struck Phoenix Suns center. Correct me if I mispronounce this. Is it Yusuf Nurkic?
Yusuf Nurkic, yes.
Okay. He struck him in the face. Thank you. He struck him in the face last Tuesday during the game. He was ejected from the game for the third time this season. And that was his 18th ejection of his career. Mm-hmm. So he ain't new to this. He's true to this, right? So he was suspended 5 games earlier this season after putting Minnesota Timberwolves center Rudy Gobert in a chokehold on the court. So basically at this point, the NBA kind of just like ran out of patience when it comes to him. And they suspended him last Wednesday, saying that he's required to meet certain team and league conditions before he can return to play. That's why it's indefinitely. They're not putting a number on it. They're like, Draymond, you need to go do some work, get some help before we can even think about you being back on this court. And so the Warriors head coach, Steve Kerr, is actually quoted in a statement after the game and everything saying, I think the suspension makes sense. To me, this is about more than just basketball. It's about helping Draymond. It's an opportunity for Draymond to step away and make a change in his approach in his life and give him the opportunity to make a change that will not only help him, but it'll help our team and just help him for the rest of his life. He said, looking at the past year and what's happened, it's clear that Draymond needs this opportunity to change, and that's what an indefinite suspension gives him the opportunity for. Tristan, what are your thoughts on this?
I feel like it's kind of bullshit, but
really?
You didn't watch the game. So like if you watch the game, he was trying to sell a foul. Nurkic was grabbing him and he was trying to sell a foul. He just spun around so quick that Nurkic got hit in the face. And like I was like, ooh, this is not gonna be good. Because I really do feel like he did not mean to hit that man in the face. Because like if he had meant to hit that man in the face, I feel like he would have stood on it.
It looked like an accident to me. But I don't watch sports. But I saw.
But the thing is that
I think Draymond is just really good at trying to make it look like an accident with some of them.
No.
Of course, the chokehold was blatant, like you can't make that look like an accident. But I think he's really calculated and good at making some of them look like accidents.
Right. Like I remember, trust me, we remember when he kicked people in the balls. Like I remember that. And then like when he stepped on Sabonis. But okay. But granted, if you look at the Sabonis thing, right, he was holding his foot. His foot. And so like where else was he gonna put his foot now?
But did he have to like come down as hard as he did?
But the thing is that when you watch something 1,000 times, you're going to see what you're looking for. So I just felt like, yes, was it excessive in the moment? Sure, but you were playing a game. You're trying to fucking get the hell off me. You're trying to run down the court. So like, I just feel like that just wasn't that big of a deal, but they just blew it out because of all the other shit he's done. Because he's the agitator, he's this person. So in terms of like their ad buying and their ad deals and stuff, they needed to try to usher him away. That's why they didn't want to put a number on the games, because they're going to be like, and then I understand that maybe he's going through something personally or whatever it is. But honestly, this could help the war. Because the thing is that, and then is the reason I feel like this is the problem is because Phoenix, the last time they played Phoenix, Chris Paul got ejected because of Scott Foster, that ref situation.
The ref.
So that was already crazy.
Which is personal
honestly,
too.
Right. So I just feel like Phoenix can't beat them when everybody's on the court. because they were losing the game, and then
Mhm.
Draymond gets out the game, and now y'all end up winning the game. And I just feel like that was a ruse. Like, and the way Nurkic kind of just stood there, it almost was like he was waiting to get hit because he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get this motherfucker out tonight." Like, it almost
I
felt
don't
that
think
way.
so. I
It
don't
really
think
felt
so.
that way. So
Well, let me ask you this, because you said that they took into account everything else that he's done. Do you think they shouldn't have? Because this is the pattern for him at this point. Like, should they not have taken into account?
I mean, you just have to, just because of the brand and the entity that the NBA is. Because I was
Mhm.
listening to Joe Dumars, which is kind of hilarious that Joe Dumars was the one talking about this because he was the leader of the Bad Boy Pistons, one of them. And
I
so,
saw a clip of him talking
and
about it. Yeah.
because he's the VP of the NBA and the president of basketball operations, and they were talking about the human element. So at the end of the day, I just feel like it will give Draymond a chance to get all the way healthy, get his body right, because he had just come back from injury too. And I think it will give the Warriors a chance to let some of these young guys shine and get them up to snuff, because now you don't have Draymond to lean on. So maybe that's what will help the team bring together, because they were on a skid. They lost like 4 or 5 games in a row. So
Yeah.
they won today. They played tonight. They won last night. They played today. So I'll let you know how that goes.
What do you think would have been like a reasonable number if they had to put a number on it?
Oh, 8. 8.
Mm.
8, because you got to do more than before. You got to do
Mhm.
more than before. Because like the reason they threw him out the game is because by the letter of the law, if you hit somebody above the head, that's a flagrant 2, and a flagrant 2 is automatic ejection. But like what he did wasn't like that crazy. Like I've been hit worse in the face on the basketball court, but fuck it, by the ball. The balls hit me in the face harder than I felt like he got hit that day.
Mhm.
So it's unfortunate that this occurred. But I wish the best for Draymond. Hopefully he'll get it together, because I really do feel like that was not his intention. But I feel like it's always the thing that you were not intention to do is what brings you down. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
a
it's
word.
that thing that you were not trying to do is what always ends up bringing you down. So it's a
Well,
bummer because they really need him right now. Because I mean the Warriors are like still 3 or 4 games under 500.
yeah. What do you think about when people say, well, John Morant got 25 game suspension for the whole gun situation?
That's
Do you think that's
different.
compared? Okay.
That's different because John Morant had just had a conversation with and had just served an 8-game suspension for that. And you had just talked to Silver. I mean, they had literally just talked. So Adam Silver at that point is, oh, fuck me then. Okay, great. 25 games. That was what that was. And the thing is that you did this shit and then let it be on IG and you weren't smart enough and you weren't on live.
Stupid, yeah.
And the thing is that you really got penalized more for your friends than you got penalized for yourself. And
you don't
that
have
was
good
him
friends.
trying to send a message to him like you got to hang around different people. Like
Yeah.
if you listen to Carmelo Anthony talk about when David Stern was in the NBA, David Stern was kind of like a mob boss the way he was running the NBA. I only bring it up because David Stern was like, yeah, Carmelo, I know the guys you were hanging with. I know that guy that's got 4 charges that you were hanging with. And Carmelo was like, how the hell do you even know all of this? You know what I mean? It's like, we're not going to give you $30 million and not know all this shit about you. Because the thing is that you are, you're not doing the best. You're not giving the best face for the league. This is a league that is not, into guns. NRA doesn't give them money, stuff like, or if they don't, we don't know about it. But that's just not the image you're trying to project.
Right.
And so it's just what it is, because it's not illegal to own a gun. The gun was probably his, probably registered, probably all those wonderful things you're supposed to have. It's just that you, as an NBA player, as the face, like, what does LeBron James look like?
Right.
Walking around with a pistol.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's just not the way. Like, is 25 excessive? Yes, but after the conversation they had just had, like, I thought we talked about this. I thought you were gonna get this shit together. 25 games. 25 games. So he'll be back in 2 or 3 games. It's almost time for him to come back. So.
All right. Well, I'll have to keep y'all posted. Probably next cycle. NBA should still be going on when we come back around to see what goes on with Draymond, if he comes back this season or not. We shall.
Oh, he'll be back this season. No, he'll be back this
You
season.
think?
Yo, for sure. Like, I feel like at best it'll be maybe 15 games or so. Like, I think he'll probably come back. They'll probably
Like
treat it like a
March.
long injury. Like, he'll probably come back right before All-Star break or something to get them revved up. Like, he definitely won't play on Christmas Day. I think he'll probably play at the end of January, near the beginning of February, because they'll want him to miss the All-Star game and everything else. Because that's honestly what the other suspension does. It ensures he's going to miss the All-Star game.
Gotcha. All right, Sean, you have anything you want to add?
Go Sports!
I talked it all up.
All right. Well, on that note, I'll keep my ears to the street and report back next week.
Hey, I'm Wendy,
And I'm Beth.
a Fruit Loop Serial Killers of Color podcast, and you're now listening to Culture 101 Podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to yet another lesson plan. My gosh, we are in for a good one. We are like the person that's really brimming with anticipation for this is really Leslie, but then I started to do a little digging, and then I got even more excited. I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. We have a wonderful guest for you today. This lady right here, let me tell you about her. A fashionista, dare I say an icon of natural hair with many styles and many wonderful accessories to boot. They call her Coach Keisha, an educator in the way of starting and maintaining with natural hair, and an entrepreneur in her own right, creator and CEO of Love, Light, and Locs. Please, everybody, make some noise and give a warm welcome for Miss Keisha Charmaine Felix.
Thank you. That was amazing. I love that. That was a great intro.
Absolutely. I mean, it is warranted, man. I had to do some digging because normally when I get to talk to a guest before, so I can get like a little thing, but I was like, oh, wow, well, goddamn, I don't have to do much. This is all right here. It's all right here. It's wonderful. Well, we're gonna jump right into it again. Thank you so much for being with us today. But let's crack that egg. Let's just jump right in. What made you start your natural hair journey? When did it start? Tell us about the genesis of that journey, please.
Okay. Well, to tell you how I started my natural hair journey, I should really start with my relaxed journey. I started relaxing my hair when I was 8 years old.
I didn't even know if you had one because just like how wonderful your locks are. So I'm even surprised to even know that your hair started as relaxed. That's amazing. So.
Yeah. Well, I didn't relax my hair. My mom relaxed my hair at 8 years old. I should be clear. I should phrase that correctly. And I was relaxed from 8 to 18. And I remember my last relaxer was right before prom. I said, this is my last relaxer. When I go to college, I'm going to grow it out natural and start my locks.
Talk about
my intention. My intention was to just grow my hair out natural throughout college. And then after college, I'll start my locks. But it didn't happen that way. I ended up growing it out for less than a year. And then I started my locks. So yeah, I started my locks right after freshman year of college. And I've been locked ever since.
Okay. So why draw that line of demarcation like at prom? You were like, I've had enough of this relaxed shit. It's going natural. What inside of yourself made you do that?
Okay, well, for a long time I had a love for locks, and I just loved how people with locks in my community. So I should explain. I grew up in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. It's a very Caribbean neighborhood, very Caribbean. My family is Caribbean, and I am a Yankee naturally. So I've kind of felt like, okay, if I have my locks, I can feel a little bit more connected to my culture, being that I grew up and was born in America. I will feel more connected to my Caribbean culture and my African culture. So that's why I wanted to go natural in the first place and have my locks. I just thought locks were beautiful. I love the styles that I've seen with the women in the neighborhood, and some of my cousins actually had locks, and I thought it was just really pretty. So I wanted that, but I wasn't brave enough to do that in high school. When I initially wanted to, I just wasn't brave enough to do that. And when I was going off to college, I decided, you know what? I don't know these people. I don't care what they think about me. I'm gonna start my natural hair journey in college. I don't care. And yeah, so I ended up locking it up earlier than I anticipated, because I just got I got really, what's the word? I don't know.
Motivated?
I got engrossed in YouTube.
Oh, gotcha.
Because
okay.
on YouTube at that time,
YouTube
so I started
ensnared
college.
you in its clutches. Is that what happened? You can tell
Yeah,
us. It's all right.
absolutely. So I started college in 2009. I'm class of 2013.
Okay.
And around that time, people were sharing their lock journeys a lot on YouTube. Like, not influencers, just regular people. Just, okay, hey, this is my 1 month update. This is my 6 month update. And just watching everybody's hair updates, I was like, I want to start now. So I started right after freshman year when I went home. Like, literally, I was home for one day and then I got my hair locked up. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Okay. Where did you go to school?
I went to UAlbany.
Albany. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's even bolder choice that you did it up in Albany. Okay, cool.
Why you say that?
Just because, like, in my mind, that's just not what I'm seeing around. Like, in other places, like, you might have a lot more locks and stuff, like, on campus. So, like, were there a lot of people with their hair locked up on campus there?
You know, it's funny you say that. Throughout my college experience, a lot of people were starting.
Interesting.
I shouldn't say a lot. I wouldn't say a lot, but I would say it was noticeable. It was very noticeable. I guess because I'm looking for that, I guess. But
Of course,
I definitely saw a lot of people, a good amount of people going natural and starting locks. It was around that time. It was kind of trendy at that time.
Yeah.
Like in 2010 to 2015, like that, the natural hair community was like really popping, like on social media, YouTube especially. So that was kind of expected.
So you didn't tell us that you were the president of the Natural Hair Club. You didn't tell us this. That's one of your many accolades. We should have written that down. I didn't even know. I just excuse me for not saying it. But that's wonderful to hear.
I was gonna say it's so true that you speak about that, Keisha, because like Tristan and I started Howard in 2008. Sean was like 2010, and that was the prime time for like YouTube people coming out, talking about their journeys with hair and everything. And then it's a running joke like, at Howard, you would start off with a relaxer like weaves, and you come out being natural or locked up or something like that.
For sure.
So it's so funny that we had similar experiences, even at like different schools around that same time period.
The cloth of diaspora is woven with many lock hairs.
Mm-hmm. I tried to stop freshman year because I didn't know who to trust in DC to do my relaxers, but I ended up, my hair broke off bad. So I just went back to relaxers for 2 more years. And then my junior year is when I was like, okay, for real, like I'm doing a big chop. I don't care. And then years later is when I started my lock journey. But yeah.
You know, I was never bold enough to do a big chop. I didn't do a big chop. No, I wore my hair in braids and just grew it out until I was comfortable with the length. Yeah. I would just like cut it gradually in between, you know, braids. But I never cut it all.
The clip and snip method.
I could only do that once.
With the little mini, you didn't start with the little mini locks that barely came off the scalp. Like
I did, because honestly, I didn't realize the amount of shrinkage I was gonna get from my foils. So like my afro was kind of like this, but my locks were like this. Like no joke.
I was gonna say that one more time for the lock girlies who are starting their journey, because I think that because, you know, they may have like long natural hair or what have you, and some people started with relaxed hair, they think that they're instantly gonna have long locks. And I tell everybody, like, I had a good amount of hair. I was 7 years natural when I locked it up, and shrinkage, because it has to go up before it can actually drop. And you have to go through the process if you're not doing like the instant locks and all that stuff. But I think that's a common misconception that a lot of people experience in their lock journey.
Exactly, especially like
it can drop. I feel like it should be on a t-shirt
a lot
somewhere.
of women.
Go.
Yeah.
Merch.
A lot of women will start their locks after having their natural hair for years and years, and they realize like, okay, my locks aren't going to be long for a while, because they just see it like getting shorter and shorter. And yeah, it has to completely like lock up in before it starts to like get that weight to it, and then it'll start to drop. So
exactly.
Yeah. So I do recommend people to start their locks shorter, because it locks faster that way, and you get the hang time faster that way as well.
That's real.
But I mean, there's pros and cons with starting short, starting long, but I could go on for hours about that.
Something tells me that there's a video that you can direct us to about just this.
Most likely. I have about 800 videos. I'm sure I talked about it a few times.
Now, I don't know if in your videos you talk about the history of Black women's hair, you know, in the United States, and, you know, how we felt that we needed to straighten it in order to try to assimilate into society. So, and we know like a long history of relaxers in this country. But like barring all of that, like in your lock journey, have you faced any discrimination in the workplace or anything of that nature? And if you have, like, how did you deal with it?
Well, I experienced discrimination one time that I know of for sure.
Okay.
So while I was in college, I would get little part-time temporary jobs where I was canvassing for different politicians. And And I did that during the school year, and I did it in the summertime as well. And I found out about a phone banking job. And I'm like, this is great, because usually I'm going door to door or I'm posted out in a park somewhere in the sun. But phone banking, great. I get to be inside and I get to make phone calls. So I went to that interview, and I got there kind of early. So I made friends with like the recruiter, which was or maybe I should say the assistant recruiter, who was a Black guy. And the main recruiter was a white guy who I met later on. And so I exchanged information with the recruiter, the Black one, because we were talking about social media. He had went viral for like rapping on the train or whatever, and I'm telling him about,
Okay.
oh, I'm on social media too, cool.
Like
And
the
so-
Martyr Girl, like rapping how? What was he doing?
He was rapping some Kanye West, but he was just really like ridiculous about it. He just looked crazy. He looked kind of crazy. Like if I would have just saw that happen, I would have thought he was a crazy guy, but he wasn't crazy. So in the interview, it wasn't even so much an interview. The white guy, he says, okay, everyone here, you'll hear from us. It was a group interview. He said, everyone here, you'll hear from us tomorrow at 12 p.m. and we'll get you onboarded. So the next day, 12 p.m. came and I didn't hear anything. So I reached out to the Black guy and I'm like, hey, I didn't hear from the white guy about getting onboarded into the position. And then he said, okay, I'll look into it for you. And he said he looked at my paperwork, and on my application, somebody wrote Locs and an X on my paper. And they wrote
wow.
Ankh, because I had an Ankh necklace on, a little Ankh pendant.
Are you
And they
serious?
also put an X for that too. Yeah. So when I heard that, I was just like,
How dare
first of all, this is a phone banking job. You're not even gonna
No
see
one's
my
gonna
logs.
see
Who
me.
cares?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But yeah, that's the only time that I know for sure that I was discriminated against because of my hair.
I'm
Did you?
surprised that the Black guy even told you that was on the paper. That's
Yeah.
because I feel like you had a lawsuit. It sounds like me like you had a lawsuit.
Well, the Crown Act is a new thing. I don't know if you're familiar with the Crown Act.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't think, when I did my research at the time, and at the time I didn't think that I had a case. Maybe if I spoke to a lawyer, but I didn't feel confident that I had a case at the time. People were allowed to discriminate against potential employees for whatever reason they want to.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I mean, they were allowed to discriminate in schools, and they still are in some places. So I mean, it's
yeah, they
still
still
not,
are.
For sure.
It's still not fixed. It's definitely still not fixed.
Right. Yeah, that was the only time. But for the most part, so my degree is in Africana Studies and Sociology. So I tend to, when I was working, I tended to pursue jobs in like social work and that kind of field. Like I worked with kids, I worked with mentally ill people, I worked with homeless people. And those types of jobs, they don't care what you look like, to be honest.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're
Yeah.
there to serve. Like, you're there
Right,
to help.
exactly.
Absolutely.
We're doing things that a lot of people would not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, how did you transition from doing those types of jobs to getting into the social media space and becoming an influencer?
Okay, well, the transition was pretty seamless because I was doing it since I was in college. So when I was in college, I was filming my lock process like everybody else. I wasn't an influencer, but I was showing my process, and organically I gained a following from that. Just people who wanted to see my progress. And when I maybe by the time my senior year is when I learned that YouTube has a partnership program where you can make money off your videos. So then I applied for that. I got accepted. I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. This is a business. And then I started to be a little more observant when I watched other people's YouTube videos. And I'm like, okay, product placement. Huh. Oh, look at that. Okay, that's a sponsorship, huh? I'm like, okay. And eventually, like, I started to like reach out to companies asking for if they're interested in sponsoring a video, or they would reach out to me, and then I would get little brand deals here and there right after college. So I'm getting little part-time jobs here and there at the time, and I'm doing YouTube on the side. So I mean, the way I saw it, I was focused on YouTube. So that was my main thing, even though it wasn't really making me any money, but that was my main thing, even though I had other jobs. So eventually,
no, go ahead. Eventually,
okay, sorry. So eventually, when I had my last job was a full-time job. I was a case manager for mentally ill people. It was really, I mean, it was a really fun job. It was really high functioning mentally ill people, so it wasn't like
a psych
I'll
ward
just say
type of situation?
Yeah, not at all. It was an outpatient place. It was a program where people would come in to like maybe if they need some help with finding employment, finding housing, or if they need to socialize with other people who were like them, they would come. It was a really cool job. The coworkers were cool, the people were cool, like the clients were cool. But I would get really bad migraines. I would get I had bruxism. Do you know what bruxism is? That's when you grind your teeth when you sleep. It's a stress response. Like you grind your teeth when you sleep and it gives you headaches.
Okay. I didn't know what that was called.
Me either.
Yeah. So I had to get mouth guards to sleep so I wasn't grinding my teeth, and that resolved my headaches. But the stress just shifted into like my hands. So I started to like ball up my fists when I slept, and I would wake up with my sore wrists. And I'm just like, why am I stressed? This job is simple. But I realized, okay, this job is not really room for growth unless I go ahead and pursue a master's in social work. So I felt kind of stuck and stagnant. I went to therapy, and all of that. And I had some trying life experiences. And 2016 was a terrible year for me, but it was great at the same time. And that's when I quit my job. Just cold turkey, didn't give them any notice. I quit. And at that point, I'm like, wow, I got to make more YouTube videos. I'm going to write this book. So I have a book. It's full of memoirs, and it's full of tips for starting your lock journey.
What's the name of it?
My book.
Oh, shout it out.
It's called it's called More Than a Hair Journey: The Black Woman's Guide to Self-Love and Lock Maintenance.
Nice.
So yeah. So I should also mention at this point I was already selling hair accessories. I was selling like handmade hair jewelry. So I just went all in with that, and I mean there's so many details to me, like really doing it full time to the point where I'm actually making a full time salary for my business. But like that first year, I wasn't really making much money at all. Yeah.
So I guess with that, my question would be, you mentioned reaching out to companies and stuff to do like the partnerships. What did that look like for you? Like, how did you pick those companies? Were they, things that you were already like interested in, or you saw them in other people's videos? What was that?
So there were these websites, and I'm sure they still exist, but there's like these websites for that influencers can sign up and like basically shop for sponsorships. Okay. So you can you can create profiles, and then they'll reach out to you through those platforms, or you can reach out to them. And I forgot what they were called, but there were a bunch. I'm sure they still exist, but there was a bunch of them.
Okay, I did not know that, so that's good information to know. So, so you mentioned you quit your job cold turkey. So from 2016 on, you didn't really go back into like, working for somebody else. You were just pushing yourself in order to, grow your audience and grow your sponsorships and just make money for yourself, correct?
For the most part. There were a couple of times where I did take on like a seasonal job just to get a little cash, but I never had like a full-time or even like a part-time employment since 2016.
Wow,
that's inspirational.
Nice. That's really nice.
Yeah.
So you talked about growing your social media presence organically. Can you tell us what that process looked like and how you got to that level?
Consistency, honestly. Just I was posting on YouTube maybe like 2 to 3 times a week at that time. And remember I started when I was in college. I started in actually I should sidebar. When I was in high school, technically I was a YouTuber. I just I was a different kind of YouTuber in college.
Like Tina Takes a Tumble. Did you take a tumble somewhere? Is there a video? You can tell me. Okay, you're among friends. It's fine.
You don't have to tell on yourself. It's okay.
No. You know, I actually used to be really into nail art, which is really funny because my nails these days I don't do anything to them. But I was heavy into nail art, and honestly, those videos did really well. Some of them are still on my channel. They might be private, I'm not sure, but if you go to like 2006, you'll see me like with the struggle lighting, like painting my nails, designs and stuff.
It sounds like you were a pioneer of YouTube is what I'm gathering from all of this. Like you were like the OG,
like,
very beginning.
For its intended purpose.
Girly.
I was using it to watch A Marine and Tina Takes a Tumble. That's what I was using it for.
I mean, I was doing that too, okay? I was watching fighting videos and all that mess.
All the cranked out videos. That's all I used to watch.
Learning little Soulja Boy dances.
That's exactly how I learned how to do the Dougie. I must have watched that Soulja Boy video a million times. Hey, Ray, it's time to do that Dougie.
Yes, all of us. But well, I forgot what the question was again.
It was about growing your social media presence organically.
Yes. So consistency. I think that people just, especially at that time, people really wanted to feel like they knew you. Yeah. Granted, I didn't really talk about my personal life or anything like that, but just the fact that I'm a very familiar face at this point, I'm a familiar voice. They can guarantee they're gonna hear from me a couple times this week. Like sometimes people would just leave me a comment saying, "Oh, I just want to hear your voice, your New York accent. I just want to hear your accent real quick." just popping through. I would get comments like that.
That's sweet.
Like, yeah, that's nice, right?
Hey everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and I'm back. I'm here to tell you all about my products, the Horsetail Leaf Growth Oil and the Emu Oil Growth Drops. They're both packed with horsetail leaf herb. It's abundant in silica. That's why it's so special, and it's my not so secret ingredient. Silica is great for strengthening the hair. These products are also packed with selenium, which is the key mineral for hair growth. But I definitely recommend that you massage the oil into your scalp and hair as needed. It can also be used as a pre-poo treatment, an oil rinse, a hot oil treatment, and you can even add it to your deep conditioner or your hair mist. So being rich in silica and selenium, this hair product is perfect for you. As for the Emu Oil, it is a concentrated version of horsetail leaf growth oil. It has the same ingredients plus emu oil. Emu oil is great for thinning areas of your scalp like the hairline, the nape of the neck, and bald spots. It's also good for filling out beards, and used regularly, it will help you to maintain a nice full hairline. Be sure to visit www.keishacharmaine.com to shop. And don't forget my new products, the satin lined hat. My satin lined hats are great for keeping your hair protected while keeping warm. They're also really fashionable, so get them while they're in season.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your main man Trist, and you are now tuned in to Culture 101. Did they ask you to rap?
What did you say?
Well, you said that New York accent. I feel like someone was like, "Hey, yo, I want to hear you bust a flow."
No, nobody ever asked me to rap, but I have gotten comments of people saying, "Keisha, can you sing? You sound like you could sing." No.
Ooh. Can you?
No.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can sing, but I just can't sing well, you know?
I feel that.
I don't sound good, but I sing a lot, but it don't sound good.
I'm about to say, if you want to sing something, our listeners would love to hear that. We're prepared.
Members
no
only.
Pressure. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so consistency.
I mean, is there anything else I can share really briefly? I guess also authenticity. I think that, at the time when I was starting to build my following, I was young. Honestly, I was a little more raw than I am these days.
Yeah.
It's a different time, it's a different time. So I some of those videos I privatized,
You don't want them to come back and haunt you.
I had a video about Justin Bieber that I definitely had to mute because it attracted a different side of YouTube that I wasn't familiar with.
With all his fans like attacking you or something like that.
Yeah.
The believers are no doubt, man. Back then, the believers were. It was a whole craziness.
Hard for their boy.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, the believers. So yeah, they came for me for sure. But not just them, but it was also white people with locks came for me in that same video.
Wait, what? Wait, what could they possibly say to you? Like,
Okay, so the video was about Justin Bieber because he had locks at one point.
I remember that.
He did?
It was a
He
hot
had
second.
locks.
Thank God I missed that. Oh my God.
He had like the Killmonger kind of locks, but like
Mhm.
maybe in like 2017, 18 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs will do that.
I made a video just basically giving my opinion on him and his instant locks and white people with locks. I didn't say anything negative. All I said was that as just know that black people are the originators of locks, and
Facts.
that offended a lot of people. Oh, that's not true.
Oh
Black
my
people didn't start
gosh.
locks.
Actually is
What?
true. It's very true. Super true.
But you know what? The sad part is, I think that it's obvious that black people start locks. Like to me,
Right.
it's like duh.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
if you Google it, like you'll find some sources that will tell you that Indian people started locks, like Indian priests
Really?
and things. Yeah,
Hmm.
which to me that's just ridiculous. But
like their hair doesn't even do that. Like they had to
Yeah.
like go find somebody to look at that to even do
To
that. How's that even
manipulate it to
possible?
make it do that. Yeah.
right, like we like our hair locks without you doing anything. Like
Mhm.
before the invention of combs, I'm sure people just had locks. That's just common sense to me. But hey,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I
Common sense
was
ain't common.
always, because like I always think about, the story with the dreadlocks. Why we don't say dread anymore? Because the British, they saw our locks and they were like, they're dreadful. So that was why that label got stuck on there. And who knows if that's the actual truth? But honestly, that's probably exactly. I that's one of those things I definitely believe, because I was like,
I don't
there's
believe
no.
that.
You don't think they would say dreadful? You don't think they would say that? Say our locks are dreadful?
Well, there's a few reasons why I don't believe in that as the origin of the word, because some of like the most Afrocentric pro-black people say dreads. If you consider like Rastafarians, for instance, they say dreadlocks and they say dread. So if you go to the Caribbean, they're gonna be like, "Hey, dread," and they don't mean anything by
Negative,
it. But
right.
if you when you have a conversation with a Rastafarian about dreads, they'll say, "My hair is a symbol of my dread for God, and dread means fear." So it's
Mm.
a word of reverence to them. So
Interesting.
I don't know what really came first. I don't know,
You
but
better educate us, though. Come on.
I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
curious about it,
Yeah.
but like, I guess I'm always like, whenever they say that I'm like, well, they did drop them off first, so I just feel like what happened in Africa before then. But no, that's
Yeah.
good. Because that's definitely something to read up on. I'm here for that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mhm. So you touched base on how you started off making hair accessories. How did that turn into you making hair products?
Well, I was already making my own hair products when I started
Okay, so when did that
my
start?
natural hair.
I said you started. When did that start?
Oh, I started making my own hair products when I started going natural.
Okay.
When I started going natural, I was doing more research on the healthy ways to take care of my hair. So that's when I started to play around with different formulas just for my own personal use.
Okay, I got what you was about to say. So it's just for yourself. I got you.
Mhm.
Yeah, for myself. And I made YouTube videos. Oh, here's how I made my little hair oil or whatever. My own shampoo. Here's how I did it. But eventually I said, hey, let me mass produce this and sell it. Yeah.
Is there
So
like
it's
a
really-
video of you making batches and batches of this stuff, and you're like, oh, we're gonna get all this ready. We're gonna get it cooked up.
Excuse me. Not really actually making and mixing it because I kind of don't want to give away too much of my secret
Okay.
sauce.
That's right.
But I do
feel
have
it.
videos of
Yeah.
me packaging stuff, but not actually
Okay.
mixing it.
Gotcha.
Before mass producing it, did you like have friends and family try it for a certain amount of time to see what they felt about it? And then do you have to go through an approval process in order to sell it, mass produce it and sell it in stores? Like, what does that look like?
Yes, I had my mom, I had my brother, my sister, my cousins, my friends, my homegirls, all my natural homegirls. They were all trying my products, and they were sending me like little before and after pictures to see little progress.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's when I became confident enough to actually sell it. Well, honestly, I was confident before that. I just thought that that's probably the smarter thing to do. I was
Run a
confident
field
because I
test.
was using it.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I was still telling people, oh, do a little skin test, make sure you don't have any sensitivities to any of the ingredients, how essential oils can be. But as far as any processes to get it in stores, no. I didn't have to go through anything to get it in stores. Well, granted, my products are sold like 90% on my website. I do have a local Black-owned grocery store I don't have it. It's not mine. But there's a local...
You have a partnership with them. We got it.
Right,
We got it.
right,
We
Yeah.
got it.
We got it.
She got a
friend
grocery store
who-
too. What doesn't she do?
Right.
Like, she got everything.
It was like, that was not in the research. God damn, I did not see that.
Grocery store.
Girl, it's
Words mean
amazing.
things. No. There's a local Black-owned grocery store that carries a lot of Black businesses, produce and
Nice.
things, and they have a section for beauty products, and my hair gel is in that store. So that's the only
This is in
actual
Queens?
like. It's in Queens. It's in Queens.
Ah,
Um,
nice.
Do you want to shout them out, or is it low key? Like, you don't want everybody to know.
They're called Ernest Foods. They're on Merrick Boulevard. I don't know the exact
Okay.
address, but Ernest
They can
Foods on
find it.
Merrick Boulevard. Yes.
That's
Okay.
enough. Well, they'll find it.
Yes.
I love
So that's
that
the only brick and mortar
concept.
I'm in.
I would say I love that concept that a Black-owned grocery store has Black
Mhm.
products. That's just amazing. And in
Yeah,
New
I mean,
York?
and it's a Black neighborhood, so yeah, I appreciate that.
Mhm.
So
That's the only brick and mortar I'm in. I'm also on Amazon.com and
Mhm.
Walmart.com.
So how did you get into Walmart? I'm pretty sure I know like how to get into Amazon. I'm watching enough like videos on like people selling products and stuff on Amazon, but how did you get your products into Walmart? Did you have to like pitch it to them, or what's that process like?
Honestly, I don't know. I do not know. They reached out to me.
God.
I don't know how they found me.
Mhm.
I don't know where they found me, how they found me, but they reached out to me and asked me
Wow.
to sell my products on there. So basically the way it works though is when you place an order for my products from Walmart.com, I'm still doing the shipping. Like, so it's not
Got
like
it.
Walmart is
Oh,
shipping it.
okay.
I'm doing it. But so I guess they probably just wanted to I remember now. They told me that they're trying to compete with
Target?
Amazon.
Oh,
Amazon.
because Target has a lot of Black, owned products, especially Black hair care, and I think
Mhm.
Target does a great job with like Black representation. So I thought that maybe Walmart was trying to, come for them as well.
I'm waiting for Target to reach out to me next. but-
Okay, it's coming.
That'd be-
I feel
Speaking
like
into the
it's
existence.
Target, we know
Speaking into the
2024.
universe.
2024.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm guessing maybe they found me on Amazon or they found, I don't know, but yeah, they were trying to compete with Amazon. They reached out to me and that process was a little simpler than Amazon because Amazon, I do send my products out to the fulfillment center, so they ship it out. So
Got it. Okay. I was just curious how that worked. Okay, nice. And I know I've been following you for years. It probably started when I first started my lock journey about 7 years ago is when I feel like I discovered you. But I just, enjoy your social media presence and everything that you do. And so how we ended up here was I know you had a call to action on one of your posts, I believe it was like last week or the week before, where you said, hey, if you're interested in like creating your own products or, pushing your brand, that type of thing, comment below, comment in a DM, that type of stuff. And that's how we started communicating. And you told me that you're starting like a mentorship program specifically for like growing your own brand and creating your own products. So what made you decide to start that program going into 2024?
So I am a teacher at heart.
Mhm.
When I went and got my degree in Africana Studies, my intention was to keep going to school and becoming a professor or a high school principal and all that. My mom's a teacher. I'm an educator. And I've been on YouTube educating about locks for a really long time. And sometimes I feel like my content is redundant. No, I always feel like it's redundant because it is redundant. I'm making...
As it should be, though. As it should be.
Yeah.
Drive the point home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and at the end of the day, like I'm still gonna keep doing it because there's new people who are finding me. If there's new people who are starting their lock journey, so I'm gonna keep talking about it, and I'm sure it's valuable to them. But at the same time, sometimes it feels a little unfulfilling, a little boring sometimes. So I want to also teach about something else that I feel like I'm an expert on. I'm an authority on, like something that I'm confident in, and that's that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I decided to start that program.
What is the name of the program specifically? Is it just like just mentorship with Keisha Charmaine, or
No, it's called the Six Figure Product Program. So
okay?
I'm helping
Okay.
to it's a group program where I'm doing group coaching essentially on starting your natural hair product business from like the ideation phase to the scaling you up to six figures. That's the plan.
Okay.
We love that. We love that. How did you decide on like the structure of your program as far as like, whether it be live sessions or just video recordings, how many will go into that as well as like the pricing and how many students you're going to have, all of that?
Well, I decided that based on what I felt comfortable with and what I felt like I can actually allot time to, because at the end of the day, I'm still running my business, which is very time consuming. I have one independent contractor who helps me, and everything else is me and my bookkeeper, accountant, and I have coaches and stuff. My coaches aren't hands-on with the business, so I'm doing pretty much everything. So I decided to have the course pre-recorded, but also I want to give that live coaching. So I do have live sessions with my students weekly as well, so that they are getting some real time with me, so I can answer their questions, help troubleshoot whatever's going on, as well as the pre-packaged pre-recorded program that I had set out for them. And I think you asked how did I come up with
the structure of it.
Yeah. Also, like, I've had coaches since maybe 2020. I started getting coaches. So with my experience having coaches, I felt confident in what I can give as a coach and how I can structure my program as a coach. What worked best for me as a student when I was being coached by other people. I've had several coaches at this point. I've had several coaches. I'm not an easy student. So I've bounced around. So I basically I'm the program is formatted based on what I felt like I would have needed as a student.
Okay,
I love that.
But when
That's very
you were
important.
looking for a coach, how did you find one, and what were you looking for in a coach?
Honestly, and this is probably the reason why I went through so many coaches, I kind of was impulsive as far as like, you know what, I see this video or this advertisement and I just feel compelled. Let me go through it. Let me go to them. And while every coach that I've had, they've had some value. I don't regret any of my coaches, but
You said enough. You said everything you needed to say. You said it. You said it.
We heard it.
Yeah, so I think that it's best. I should say one of my coaches, though, I've been following her for a really long time, and I'm still under her tutelage. So I am confident with her. I feel like when people are looking for coaches, they should look for somebody who they resonate with, not somebody who they just stumble upon and they feel moved by their advertisement. No, like, at least, do some extensive digging and research into the person, so you really know if this is who you want to learn from. Is their teaching style, or even their talking style, is their talking style something that you want to listen to? Because that was one problem that I had with one of my coaches. Their talking style, I just
Nails on a chalkboard.
like,
Every time here.
this the content was already like a lot for me it was a lot of really, so okay, this particular coach wasn't necessarily business coaching. It was more so like mindset and manifesting kind of coaching.
Okay.
And he was introducing a lot of new theories and ideas to me. So it was pretty overwhelming, but plus the communication was kind of off. So that's something that maybe people don't really consider when they're looking for coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Can they talk to you? Like, can they talk to you?
Yeah.
No, that's very important, because otherwise you're not going to gain what you're looking to gain out of it. So I totally understand that. Now, I know we talked about putting Target in the atmosphere for 2024. We also talked about, you know, your mentorship program. What are some of your other goals that you have for not just your brand and your products, but also like yourself for 2024?
I'm just interested in scaling up as much as I can. 2024 is actually when my program starts, my coaching program starts. So I intend on doing it in a few cohorts. If I choose to do so, I may just decide, you know what, I need to put all my time into my business. If that's the case, then I'll just package it and sell it as a course. Yeah. Without the live coaching aspect to it, I'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, I kind of, I don't know if I want to say this. I'll say this. I do want to do more live vending events. I'll say that.
Live vending in the way of just like popping up at like any certain festival, like is a music festival you want to show up at, or just like a winter market? Like what type of events?
Natural hair centered events.
Okay.
Okay.
We love that.
Okay. Nice.
Yes.
You
I
got
just felt like I could
exactly
see you at Broccoli
what you're
Fest
looking
somewhere.
For.
Like I could easily see you popping up at Broccoli City Fest in DC.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Oh, for sure. My God, you would crush it there. It'd be amazing.
I can see that as well, like live festivals and stuff like that.
I don't think you should just limit it to just natural hair events. I get it, because I mean that's exactly what people are looking for, and you're the number one person for it. Clearly, a star in your own right. But I feel like you might get some folks you weren't thinking about, definitely, especially in a space like that.
Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of things to consider when it comes to being a live vendor. Because I have a little bit of anxiety, so sometimes I get really overwhelmed at like those types of functions. But when it comes to vending, like when I've been a vendor at specifically Loc events, oh yeah.
Okay.
But I've also been a vendor at different events that were not hair centered, and people don't necessarily come there to spend money on hair products when it's not a hair event. So that's my only concern, or that's my main concern. My other concern is that like a lot of those big name events, those vendor fees are kind of like crazy.
That's real. That's super real.
So you might not see a return on your investment.
Yeah. Or I'm breaking even. Like that's not cool. I mean, it's exposure, but yeah.
You're there to make money though.
Right, exactly.
We get it.
Yeah.
We get it.
Especially if it's not in New York. Oh man.
Because like I said, travel fees, hotel, flight, all that good stuff.
You gotta bring all that stuff down there. You gotta bring it back, of course.
Yeah. I gotta have people helping me. I gotta pay them.
You gotta pay them. Yep. Yeah, I can see how it gets pricey very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that covers it. I think this was amazing. I think we gained a lot of insight that we could use not just for like our own podcast and our own growth, but you know, I'm trying to do a few things, you know, with products as well. So you and I we'll keep talking, because you know we had a good conversation last week. So I love this.
Well, Keisha, we do really appreciate that you stopping by today. But before you get out of here, I have a few hot and button questions for you. Just a few. So these are coming right at you, fast and furious. I want the first names that come into your head, first whatever comes into your head. All right. First question is, what celeb's natural hair do you like? And then on the flip side of that, what celeb's hair do you think needs help?
Do you think needs your product specifically?
Exactly. They need your tutelage.
Okay, easy. So I really love Chloe and Halle's locks.
Yes.
And I love how
wonderful.
Yes.
Shout out to their loctician.
Exactly. I was about to say that. Like, I love how their stylist
That's a word? I didn't even know.
Yes, loctician.
Yes.
That is a word, honey.
Yes. I love how their stylist or loctician like is so creative with their hairstyles, even with the extensions, and how they're able to hide it under the wigs and things. Like, it's amazing. So Chloe and Halle, absolutely. As far as who's locked me help, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne, if you're watching this, I will send you a care package. Love you. Love you down.
They are literally hanging on by a thread. I'd be like,
By a prayer.
Oh my-
Easy.
do you think he should just cut them? Or you think they can be saved?
I think if he goes to the right
Don't save
loctician,
them.
they can save him.
They don't want to
I
be
think
saved.
Listen, I feel like
There's
it's something
that,
at the
yeah.
root going on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's the lean or
I mean,
There's
he
something
just
in
found
here.
that they just released a song called Uneasy. So, I mean, I can understand that's many of the things that are uneasy. What's right on his head?
Yeah.
Uneasy.
We're gonna pray for the brother.
Is there anybody else that needs your services, needs your tutelage?
Ooh.
Mm.
You know, I think I might be able to help LeBron James a little bit.
The
I
hairline.
have a really, really
Help him do
great
what? I have a
oil.
smooth bald head.
The oil makes the
No, I
hairline
think I
come
can
back.
help him. I might be able to help his hairline a little bit because my product, the Emu Oil Growth Drops, a lot of my customers do say that has helped them regrow their edges. So maybe it could help LeBron if it's not too late for him.
Girl, you better
LeBron
slide in his
James.
DMs because if he markets it, you gonna blow up for real.
For
Like,
sure. Like if it grows LeBron James hair back, they will come to you in droves. It'll be
they won't need to go to
niggas like-
Turkey no more for the little implant surgery. They just come to you for your
They will
drop.
exactly. They will immediately come to you. Oh my God.
That'll
Like
be
it'll be every
amazing.
Lakers game. You'll be courtside. They'll be like,
For
we got
sure.
Keisha
You've
Charmaine,
been with
the lady that
Savannah.
grew back LeBron James hair and brought us a championship.
Girl,
You
you
I'm
know?
gonna shoot my shot.
You gonna be
All that
babysitting
confidence
Hillary.
he's gonna have. Oh my God. The city,
Oh,
you may have to move to LA. It'll be crazy.
Mhm.
Knicks fans will hate you, but it'll be okay. They suck anyway.
Gonna be at the
Anyway.
USC games and everything.
All right, you get to go to dinner. You get to go to dinner right now. 3 guests, dead or alive. Who are these 3 guests? The dinner's wherever you want it to be. It's on a boat. It's in space. It's wherever. We're not concerned about the locale. Well, who are these 3 names you bring?
Okay, I'll probably go with J and B and Blue Ivy.
Damn, you're just gonna bring this.
Family affair.
Because Blue's the one that really runs things, so you have to have Blue present. She's in charge.
Exactly. I gotta be with the boss. All 3 bosses. Listen.
You're right.
Okay.
I'm mad at it.
Will this be at the Jay-Z exhibit? Will it be at the Book of Hope Museum? Was that where you'll have the dinner?
You know, I was
Have
out
it
there waiting
catered.
for him. I was there waiting for him, but he never showed up. I
Dang
guess I
it.
missed him.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. He can't stop by Brooklyn all the time, I suppose.
I guess not.
All right, give me your 3 favorite YouTubers. Doesn't matter what type of YouTuber they are. Give me your 3 favorites.
Hey, who do I watch all the time? I'm always on YouTube. Okay.
Me too.
So I'll shout out Bondi Blue. She does a lot of commentary on pop culture, like what's going on with the celebs, the gossip. That's how I like to procrastinate and catch up on the celebrity BS going on.
Yeah.
So shouts to Bondi Blue. I like Jackie Aina.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I
Jackie
love
Aina.
Jackie
Of
Aina.
course. Mhm.
Yes, y'all know who
She's
Jackie
like the
Aina is.
lifestyle guru. Like you just can't help but just to
Yes.
love her life.
She's goals. She's definitely goals. Life goals. And who is one more? I'll say Tabitha Brown. I love Tabitha Brown and her family.
Tab. She just won an
Yeah.
Emmy.
She did, yeah.
Shout out to Tabitha
Yeah.
Brown.
Oh, good for her.
I love
Yeah,
her
I love
story.
her
Her
energy.
story is very inspirational as well. Like she has a great message.
Yeah. Yeah. Love her.
Okay. Sunrise or sunsets?
I'll say sunsets because I'm not a morning person.
Okay.
We right here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I
all
feel
right.
that. I feel that.
And our last question is: if there's one word you want to give the people, what's that one word?
One singular word?
One singular word, man. Many syllables as you like. It can be anti-disestablishmentarianism, whatever it is.
Wait, what? Okay.
I thought you just made that up.
No. It's one of the
Just-
longest words in the
just
English
know
language.
thing.
It's
It'd be
it's
random
like the third
thing.
longest word in the English language.
Wow.
Okay. I'll say limitless.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I like that.
Without the medication. Talk about it.
It's like the movie.
Oh, the movie and
Yeah.
the show. Okay, yeah, I got it now.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
love that.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Keisha Charmaine Felix. You have been a breath of fresh air out here doing the Lord's work and then some. Man, we are so happy to have you come by today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun talking to you beautiful Black people. My favorite thing to do.
Yes.
All right, guys, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl Les, stopping by to let you know we have new merch dropping. Check it all out at culture101podcast.com.
Hey, it's your girl, Shauna Don, and you're now listening to Culture 101 Podcast.
All right, guys, welcome back. And it is time to do it for the culture. Do it for the culture. Do it. Shauna Don, take it away.
So this week for Do It For The Culture, we are going to give a shout out to twin brothers, Davon and Tavon Woods from Pennsylvania. So let me tell you guys what these two twin brothers are.
Tavon.
Okay.
Yes, Davon and Tavon.
I love that.
So the exact Davon, Tavon.
I love that. Shout out to Mama.
Yeah, shout out to them. So these twin brothers are actually embarking on a 600-mile walk to bring awareness to foster care. To bring awareness to foster care.
Okay.
Yes. So
what is the route?
It's actually, you can find it on their Facebook page. I'm not going to go state by state, but right now they are in day 15 and they're actually in Arlington, Virginia. Tomorrow they'll be in Washington, D.C. So this walk is taking place from Sumter, South Carolina to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And it will actually take them 31 days to walk 600 miles. Now, you might be wondering why they chose to bring awareness to this specific cause. It's actually because they were given away to the foster care system the day of their birth, and they were actually adopted when they were 2 years old. Yes, so they feel like foster care has not been talked about enough and people don't bring awareness to it. So they are bringing awareness through their cause, which is called Foster Kids Matter. You can look them up on Facebook. They didn't have an official website, but they do have a Facebook, which is called Twin Gang, GANGG. 2 G's on gang. It's called Twin Gang. You can look them up on Facebook and by that hashtag. And they are documenting the whole process as they go along. And it's actually been pretty cool. They've had some friends join in different states and come do some walks with them. Not the full time, but they did have one friend that did a full day with them. They typically walk for 8 hours straight. And they try to do at least 20 miles a day. 20 miles a day consecutively.
It take them 8 hours to walk 20 miles?
That's what they said, yeah. It might take me 2 days to walk 20 miles.
That's real.
Right.
That's
they
real.
Stop
They're
and
probably
eat, stop and use the bathroom,
That's
water
real.
breaks, rest their legs. That's a lot of walking consecutively, so they have to rest their muscles.
What I mean is like it takes 4 to 6 hours to run 26 miles in a, you know what I mean? So like
run is the key word.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, if you're walking briskly, I mean, because let's see, the average human can walk. Well, they're kids. They're
probably walking gingerly, though, not briskly, because it's such a long walk. They have to pace themselves and not tire their muscles out.
Well,
you know,
the average human can walk 5 miles.
I don't know how old they are, but they look like adults.
Like 20 or 30, maybe something like that. 20s,
probably early 20s.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I didn't realize they were that old. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Of course, they're not children because they're walking like.
Well, I think that the mother was, at night they go sleep in a tent somewhere with adult supervision, like
I'm always curious about that. So, like, are they staying in like hotels and stuff like that? Or I know it probably didn't go into detail like that.
It
but
didn't
it's
go
like
into
I'm always curious about
exactly
how that works.
what they're doing. They did say that they are doing this whole walk carrying one backpack each and shoes that were donated to them. They've actually done something similar before, but their longest, the longest distance they did before was 96 miles, a 96-mile journey from Georgia to Florida. So now they are doing 600 miles.
600.
And I don't know if they trained for this or they just got up and was like, yeah, we're going to do it on Friday. Like, I don't know, but it seems like something.
You train to walk?
Well, you train
Like
for a
to build up
marathon, so maybe
stamina,
so.
right?
I'm not
I don't
to walk.
Yeah.
You just walk. Yeah,
know.
then fucking walk. Drink some water. Eat a power bar. Keep walking.
But walking 600 miles, there may be some preparation that goes into that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really feel like I could just join them at any point, and I would be fine. I feel like I could just walk
Tristan,
everywhere.
I think next year you need to walk 600 miles and let us
600
know how that
Sure.
goes.
For sure.
Let us know how it
For
goes
sure.
next
Let
year.
us
I
know
feel
how
like
it
y'all can't
goes.
even keep up walking with me walking around one day in New York. Let alone
Walk from Harlem to here, Tristan. Let's see how that goes.
I could do it.
Harlem to Texas,
I could do
600
it.
miles. I don't know how many miles.
That's
that
not
is.
600 miles. That's like more than double.
500 to
That's more than
5,000.
double.
All right, walk from Harlem to South Carolina.
To you.
Because they're doing Pennsylvania, they're doing South Carolina to Philly. So you can travel to Philly, walk from Philly, and do to South Carolina. Just do the opposite of what they did.
I mean, I guess
Walk
I
from
could.
Harlem to
Sure.
Terrence. How about that?
That's more than 600 miles. That's more than 600 miles for sure.
But you can do it. You making it sound
This
like
is
it's
actually-
nothing. So
I'm not saying it's not impressive. I'm just saying that I just feel like it's a feat that we can accomplish, and I appreciate that they're accomplishing and bringing awareness to it. It was definitely giving Forrest Gump. I was definitely thinking, damn, they're gonna do this across the country. That shit's crazy.
facts. Definitely giving for us.
Yeah, no. So I'm super here for this. I love it. I love it because a friend of mine used to do.
awareness. It's been on multiple news stations have picked up this story, so their story is getting out there. I think that this is a beautiful thing with what they're doing. I looked on their Facebook earlier; they like constantly post videos of them doing it, and it's just amazing to see. And the brothers also said that the walk is not only about raising awareness, but also strengthening their unbreakable bond. They said it's definitely a blessing to be able to go on these walks. It just makes us stronger because we are just talking about the things that we've experienced and how everything is happening for us now. So this is something that brings them together as brothers, as twin brothers, and something that they're doing to bring awareness to a system that, like they said, it doesn't get talked about as often anymore. So I think that's a beautiful thing. I wanted to give them the Do It for the Culture this week. So shout out to Davon and Tavon Woods. We love what you guys are doing.
All right now.
Keep up the good work. If I ride past
love
y'all,
that.
I'm definitely going to be beeping my horn. I can't join in on the walk, but you got my support all day. I hope I see them. That would be so
Why
cool.
not? Just go walk with them. For 20 minutes.
Wait,
Go walk with them for 20, 30 minutes. Go walk with them for 20, 30 minutes. It can't hurt.
I have so
Child,
many
I'm away
things
to
to
them.
do.
Hey, y'all.
I see. But we can't do something for foster kids. See, terrible. See, that's why they're doing this walk. That's just why they're doing
If
it.
they have a GoFundMe or
That's why
something,
they're
I
doing
didn't
it.
see them post anything about it, but I hope they do. I would donate to that. But woo, walking for 6
Yeah, I am curious how this exactly like brings the awareness they're looking for. Like, are they looking for like monetary like payments to donate to the foster care system? Like, what?
This. I feel like at the end of it, then they will be trying to get donations and stuff. But according to their Facebook, they haven't started a GoFundMe or anything.
I mean, it just sounds to me like they just want people to open their minds to foster care, because I feel like they were fostered at 2, and most times babies get adopted a lot earlier than 2 years old.
Yeah,
so
newborns. Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, I'm sure that it will do just what they're saying. I mean, people do stuff like this all the time. Like I was saying, a buddy of mine, he's a chef, and all the chefs get together and they go on a 100-mile bike ride for No Kids Go Hungry.
Okay.
So. Yeah, so no, I love stuff like this. I do love it when people, decide to, do the marathon, to help others, and this is a wonderful thing. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. Shout out to y'all, Davon and Tavon.
Shout out to them. Well, all right, guys. If that does it for the culture, we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna be right back. Hey guys, it's your boy Tris, and guess what? We got new merch. That's right, new merch. Come check it out. Culture101podcast.com. Stay tuned. Stay locked in. All right, guys. Well, that does do it for us today. And, it's that time for us to say sayonara and so long. Again, we want to thank Miss Keisha Charmaine at Love, Light, and Locs for coming by and blessing us with her natural hair journey and just, giving us game, all those business tips and everything else. And then, of course, we want to shout out the 2 brothers, the twin flames, the twin gang, walking that 600 miles, Davon and Tavon Woods. Shout out to you, fellas, trying to raise awareness for foster care. And so, guys, don't remember to like, subscribe, and, just shout us out on any of the platforms, wherever you get your podcast. And if you just want to talk to us directly, Les, how would they do that?
You can engage in the comments on our socials, slide in our DMs. You can also shoot us a direct email at contact@culture101podcast.com. Or if you want to provide us with a listener letter, go to our website, culture101podcast.com, scroll all the way down on the first page, and just let us know if you want to be anonymous, because Tristan will read your name aloud. Proudly.
Absolutely.
Don't say it with his chest.
Absolutely. And if you want to send a video, I will gladly cut it in. Gladly cut it in.
It depends what the video is.
Keep your clothes on, but I will gladly cut it in. But if they were looking for clothes to purchase for their own bodies and for other people and things of that nature, and any holiday gifts or anything, Sean, why would they do that?
Well, if you're looking to buy anything for somebody on your wish list this year, I'm talking about, we got pillows, we got t-shirts, we got hats, we got aprons. Anything you're looking for, we got it on culture101podcast.com/shop. Get something for your bae, get something for your baby, get something for your side piece, whoever you want to get a gift for your coworkers.
For your foster kids.
Podcast. Let them know that they can find us anywhere that you're looking for a podcast. Give them some merch. But like I said, you can find it on culture101podcast.com/shop.
All right. Well, all right, guys, until the next time. I've been Trist.
It's your girl, Les.
And I'm Sean the Dime.
And even though the Locs and the walks may change, the vibe remains the same. We out, y'all.
Bye.